Hello, welcome back for some more Kingdom Death Monster. Okay, last episode we had just killed the prologue entry level lion here, and we set up the whole settlement. We got all those events and everything set up, got our buildings built, got a little bit of gear built. We don't have a whole lot of resources, so there's not much we could do there. So we were ready to go and move on to the next hunt, but to do that, I forgot we'll do one more event. We've got to do this one milestone story, which was the first child is born. So we need to do the principle of new life. So we are going to switch to the manual. I've already flipped to it, so here's the principle of new life. The group must decide how to choose to raise their young. We can only pick one of these for the rest of this campaign. So looking at it, the first one is without mercy. The toys are taken from the child and replaced with a cold stone face shard. Training begins immediately. The settlement gains the new life principle of survival of the fittest. Find and place the card on the settlement board and note it on the settlement record sheet. After adding the card to settlement, roll on that chart there. Next one over is with affection. The settlement embraces the child with warm arms, nurturing new life to their highest calling. The settlement gains the new life principle of protect the young. Find and place this card on the settlement board and place it and note it on the settlement record sheet. Then roll on that chart. So we need to look at each of these and find out which one we want. I've already set them aside. They're right here. So the first one is survival of the fittest. Survival limit is added +1. When rolling an intimacy story event, roll twice and pick the lowest result. All current and newborn survivors gain +1 strength and +1 evasion. Once per lifetime, a survivor may re-roll a single roll result. They must keep the new result. So that is very nice to have. It'd be nice for everybody new to start out with bonus stats and have an extra re-roll for their lifetime. But then we've got protect the young. Children of the future, when rolling an intimacy story event, roll twice and pick number 1. Well, pick 1, I should say. So that gives us a little bit more control. This could turn out, well, not that one. This one could turn out badly on the intimacy roll, since we have to pick the lowest result. But the benefits kind of outweigh that. Plus, we get the extra reroll as well. So I'm leaning towards this one. Plus the survival limit goes up as well. This is benefits all around. There's that one negative, like I said, for picking the lowest result. But I think we'll go with this one. So survival of the fittest. We'll just go ahead and add that to our stack of goodies over here. And we need to note that on the sheet. So we'll click on the sheet and we will scroll down to where would it be located again? There it is, new life. So survival of the fittest. We got that. Survival limit goes up +1. So it's now 3. And now all the events are taken care of, as far as I'm aware. We did this. And we did that. We marked what we got there. We've marked that. We've taken care of that. Flipped it over. We got 1 resource left in storage. Butcher, we can't take care of yet. It's too early for him. Whoop, stop typing. Moving down. We got our people. I had to make 1 more since Lucy currently cannot go on the next hunt, so she has to sit back, as we marked that on her sheet previously. Right over here. Yeah, she has to skip the next hunt, so she's not going to be available for us. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and pick her up, set her aside. So we got Snake Eyes now. He's going to be coming in. But now, since all the events and stuff are done, all the building, everything else is taken care of, now we move on to the hunt. We're going to be hunting down another lion, obviously, because that's the only thing we have available to us. Let's get everything cleared up. He'll go back in the middle. Actually, we'll do that in a second, because we need to do the hunt event. So let's flip this over. And this is where the hunt board takes place. So looking back at the book, we will go back to the contents. And we will need to look down at the, where is it? Hunt phase, don't need that. Hunt events. We will need that in a second. I just need to find out where the lion is. Showdown, here we go. White lion. This is going to tell us how to set up the hunt board. As you see here, we got ease and we got a space and all that over here. So looking at the thingy, is it going to say what it is? Well, the 1 is, that's what we're fighting. We're hunting down a level 1 lion, so that's going to go here. So, make sure I get this right. E's, I think, are just the basic events. I think. Maybe not. I think that's how it is. Does it say in here? Antelopes, Phoenix, Kingsman, Hand, we're not Butcher, we're not ready for all that. Running away, returning survivors, no. It's gotta tell you right there. I just must be missing it. White Lion. Select an encounter, set at the board. Terrain, aftermath, defeating, rewards. Well, first thing I need to do is get the events out of here. So, basic hunt events. I need that stack out of here. These are all the same card. It's a whole stack of them, but they're all say the same thing. So, just for example, I'll hit E and flip it over. As you can see, it all says the same thing, random events. And people were asking earlier on my last video about what the hotkeys and stuff were. If you right click everything, they will tell you all the hotkeys. So it's really easily how to figure this out. Like I said, it's kind of like Tabletop Simulator if you ever use that program. Same thing with the book. You can go to and everything else, but to flip the pages, however, it's E to move forward, Q to go backwards. Alright, so looking at the thing, I think well, take that back. I think the E is the actual monster event. And the spaces are basics, I believe. I think that's how it's set up. I think. 'Cause I thought it used to tell you in the book what the E's were. But I'm just not seeing it. But I think that's how it's set up. I believe. Well, we can see real quick. Scroll back to the antelope. Yeah, the E's are changed. So I'm assuming that's how it's set up. So it's going to be a white lion event, then a basic, and then the lion itself. So let's get that set up. Well, first we need the lion events too. So back to the box. We need white lion. Is that going to be in there? I guess so. Okay, so white lion. We need the hunt. Here we go. We need this stack. Back out. Give them a shuffle, which is the G key. Does it say that? Yeah, it says right there. So we need 2 of them. Yeah, first, second, and 5th slot. Just in case, because the monster can move up and down on the board. So we'll grab one. Don't flip it over. These are all basics anyway. I need to grab one, which was draw face down. There's no hotkey for that. So pick it up and you just stick it on the first slot, which is over here. Grab one of them, it goes there. Grab one of these, it goes there. Correct? Yeah, EE space, lion, then another E just in case. Lion goes on this slot. Grab another one of these just in case he does move. And if it moves any further, we'll set it up again. And all 4 of these guys are all going down here. Stand up. Okay, so we got Droopy. Lucy is not Lucy. We need to rechange that. This one is going to be Snake Eyes now. So reset that board. Assign, pick you up, assign you to Snake Eyes. There we go. You're Snake Eyes. It's only a female model, but it's nothing I can really do with that. We know who it is, they're named, so. We're going to bring the original 3 and Snake Eyes along, because we need to get these guys leveled up. So, let's see, that's all that. We need to do the hunt events now. So, we need to choose who's going to go first. Did we just go start with left and work our way down? I guess so. So Heathcliff will go first. We'll come to this one. We will flip that over, and we will read it. Scratching grounds. Claw marks scar the ground. The survivors may choose to investigate. Each survivor that investigates gains +1 courage and rolls on the table. So we could take damage, nothing can happen, or we can get some resources. Or we can just skip it totally and do a random event. But at 1 through 3, the odds are good that, well, let's say the odds are good that something will happen, but we'll go ahead and take it. Go ahead and roll a die. Pick this one up, drop it. That is a 1. Of course we take damage. Wouldn't be Kingdom Death without taking damage. Survivor suffers 1 event damage to the alarm's location. Arm location, right? Yeah, so he's going to take 1 damage to his arms. This is Heathcliff. So that's a nice way to start. 1 damage to the arms to start with. Great. So that's 1 event down. Next one, move on to Bill. And we'll look at this one. White Lion Club. The survivors find a white lion cub. They may choose to slay the cub. If they do, each survivor gains 1 random basic resource. So the event revealer rolls the table below. 1 through 3, we get a bad outcome. 4 through 7, it's bad as well, but not as bad. 8 through 10, nothing. As much as I'd like to have basic resources, we really don't need a really mad mother lion showing up at the moment. So I think we'll skip that one. We'll do a basic. Oops. So I really don't need to roll that. We just need to roll the dice. So we'll use the white one as our 10s, and then the black one as the 1s. So we got a 74. So we'll put that back. Go back to our book. And we'll skip this over to our hunt events section, which is hunt events. And we look up 74. Just gonna take a few flips. 30s, 50s, 60s should be right here. 74, here we go. Whoops. Get out of that so I can get in closer. Here we go. Antler gouged. A great battle of dominance between 2 enormous antelopes has left the stone-faced ground gouged with crisscrossing scars. Each survivor rolls a d10. So everybody has to roll this, okay? So this will be for... Nope. That's for Droopy. Droopy got a 7. This one's for Heathcliff. This one's for Bell. I'll get to him in a second. And that one's for Snake Eyes. So the first one is Droopy. He gets a 7. And nothing happens to him, okay? Heathcliff gets a 1. You know, all the good stuff's going to happen to him. Why not? You trip over the jagged ground and shred your flesh. Suffer the torn muscle, severe leg injury. That's just great. We'll deal with that in a second. Bell gets a 5, so nothing happens there. Nope, good. And Snake Eyes gets an 8, so nothing happens there either. Heathcliff, on the other hand, this is going to get bad. We need to roll to the injury table. Injuries, injuries, injuries. Severe injuries. Where's the injury board? Oh, right here. So we got the, what was it again? The torn something or other. Legs. Hamstring, torn muscle, that's what he got. Your quadriceps is ripped to shreds. You cannot dash until the showdown ends. Skip the next hunt. Gain a bleeding token. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So he's going to skip the next hunt, so we need to mark that down. And he gets a bleeding token, right? Yeah. So let's grab one of them. Okay, he gets one of these as well. Alright. Could have gone worse, could have gone a lot better as well, but... Alright, next up is going to be Droopy, so he moves on. This is a basic event. So we're going to roll this again. So that is a 35. So let's get back to the board. Well, book, I should say. Go to contents. Back to hunt events. And 35. Oops, back one more. 35. Broken lantern oven. The survivors come across the shattered ruins of a small settlement. Ashen corpses dot the ruins, disengaging at the slightest touch. An extinguished lantern oven stands intact at the center of the settlement. The event revealer rolls a d10 and has their understanding. Okay, let's do that. Droopy, you have understanding. You do not. So you just roll a d10. And you got a 10. That could be nice. Let's see. If the result is 5+, gain the lantern oven innovation. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Lantern oven innovation. That's going to be... No, that's the ones we have currently. We need to go in here. Innovations. Take out that deck. Drop it. And view deck. We need to find the lantern oven. Should be in alphabetical order. So let's get down here. Well, maybe not. Is it in our other one? The one. Huh. Must already be in there. Alright, let's go ahead and view the deck. Lantern. Yeah, it's right here. Grab that. Alright, so we own this now. If the settlement already has this innovation, invent revealer harvests a broken lantern basic. Okay, so don't do that. If the settlement has Song of the Brave, we do not, so we don't have to worry about that. And we don't have to roll either. Okay. Alright, so what does this give us? Lantern oven. Gives us heat. By agitating a lantern, the source of heat becomes available to the settlement. Departing survivors gain +1 survival. That's one thing I've got to do as well in the hunt. I've got to add their extra survival. Add the lantern oven consequences. So we did that. Alright, so let's go to the deck. Lantern oven consequences. Alright, lantern oven. Start looking for them. That is faith, art, lantern oven. There's one. Inner lantern. Conviction. Storytelling. Only see the one so far. Fighting art, family. Face painting, destiny. Lantern oven. There's cooking. And looks like it's just those two. Alright. So we'll add them to the deck and we'll give that a shuffle. Okay, so before we get back to that, that event's over. So before we get to the next event, how much survival do we get for departing? Let's say in here. I mean, we can have up to 3, but it doesn't say anywhere how much. Yeah, it doesn't keep track of how much we get when we leave. Nope. Alright, so let's go look at our thingies. Alright, so survival of the fittest, that's a limit. That doesn't help any. Language, survival limit +1. And nothing there. Departing gets +1, and we don't get this one for now, but the ammonia gave us a +1, so everybody should be at 2. Oop, wrong one. Yeah, everybody's at 2 now. Because everybody got +1 for going back to the settlement. Alright, that's all set up. And now we go to the last event, which is Snake Eyes. The lion did not move, so we're at the lion event now. So we have successfully reached the lion, so let's set him up. And we need to set him up actually for the event. Setup. We need to set you for a level 1 showdown. Confirm that. Let the game do its thing. Set up the decks. And it randomly sets us all up. Do we want to do that though? So let's go back to the hunt setup itself. Showdown white lion. and show that we can set up anywhere in these blue squares. And that's 6 spaces away, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, anywhere within 6 spaces of this guy. And before we get hunted, let's do the little story for it. There once was a beast that wanted to feel how soft its fur was, since it could not reach its own back. It killed many other creatures and spent time rubbing its paws over them. They say that when the monster finally killed the human, it fell in love with their soft hair, and its paws grew into a pair of fine human hands. And there's this instinct that it does. Whenever it sniffs on its cards, this is what it's going to do here, but it should be on this card. And there's this blind spot, the 2 spaces directly behind it, which is what we did for the prologue anyway. But that's it right there. So anywhere within this, it tells you how to set it up. We get 1 tall grass terrain card, which equals into 2 tall grass cards, tiles, which we have, the 2 tall grasses. And the card is right over there. And you also get 2 random terrains, which it randomly picked what? Gave us a debris card and 3 stone columns, and it randomly set them all up for us. We could change them if you want, but actually I might change this one. Actually, no, I'll just leave everything where it is. But this, I want to move that debris card. So looking at the setup for that, set up adjacent to any board edge. So yeah, it's going to have to hang back somewhere. But we want to get a little bit closer to where we're going to be starting. Do we want to start how we did last time, where everybody just grouped up together? I think we might just do that. So, but I actually want to move this, because the setup rules for the grass is at least 4 spaces away from other tall grass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces away, be right here. So Snake Eyes can start there. Droopy will start here. But I want to have some tall grass there as well. Actually, move that, put that there. It does just say, just get away from tall grass, right? Or other terrain. All tall grass. So the other tall grass is going to have to be changed. Okay. But I want that there so everybody else can hide in the grass. So we can get the benefit for grass. I'll read what the benefit for grass is in a second. But those 2 people are in the grass. This one's got to be 4 spaces away. So 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, right about there. I could start them in the grass, but no, we'll stay the way it is. And looking at the grass, you'll see what it does. Survivors in spaces occupied by tall grass get a gain of +2 evasion. So whatever the lion needs to hit, you got to add +2 to that, which by default right now, if you look at its basic action, it rolls a 2+. If you're in the grass, yes, it had to hit you on a 4+. So if we go to the debris, we can roll the die and look at the chart, what happens there. Stone columns. It's an obstacle and impassable, is destructible. When the survivor collides with this, stop the movement and archive it in the terrain and suffer 1 damage to the terrain. Now in a random location. The monster can just step over it as much as he wants. Okay, so everything is set up board-wise. The hunt is set up. So let's actually get to the actual fight. Or do I want to cut this one here? It's been about a half an hour already. You know what? I think I'll cut this one here. So we're going to have the hunt and everything set up. And next episode we'll actually do the actual showdown here. So that'll do it for this one. Because if I do the hunt itself, it's going to make it about a 2-hour video possibly. So we'll go ahead and cut this one right here. And next episode we will actually do the hunt itself. So see you for the next one.